Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Feeling Peachy is a bit misleading, a title of today's video, because I woke up in a lot of pain and it was 6 in the morning, and I thought, well, I can distract myself by putting some makeup on. And one of the great things about makeup is that I have got so many palettes that I can choose from, so many choices, where the other choices about what to wear and what to put on my feet is completely limited. So my pain is your gain, and I hope you enjoy this video. That's me saying hello. And I'm going to start with putting the most important ingredient on my skin, which is Heliocare. It's really important for anti-aging and hyperpigmentation. So that's going on my skin. And there we go, we're rubbing it in. Now, Heliocare is really good because it kind of adjusts to your skin tone a little bit. Gives you a tiny bit of coverage. So, but it's also got great antioxidants in it. And now I'm applying Wonder Glow. Still not convinced about this, but I decided to give it another shot. And now I'm going to put on foundation. Want a light coverage? I'm mixing shades 6 and 8. And there I am, buffing it into the skin with Charlotte's Hollywood brush. Forgotten exactly what she calls it, but Hollywood brush. Yeah, can't remember the rest of it. So next I am putting on a second layer and tapping it in areas where I want a bit of extra coverage, which is an option if you use lighter coverage foundation. And now I'm going in with Rubenesque, which is a MAC paint pot. You know, I've been using these a lot recently. They really help the makeup to adhere, but you don't have to get them in skin colour. You can get them in some lovely shades, and I thought this would be great base for my kind of peachy look, because it's a kind of peachy shimmery shade to start with, so it would complement the look. So there I am, just dabbing it on with my fingers, and then I'm just taking a brush and buffing that out at the edges to make sure it's nicely blended in. Okay, and now we get to the main attraction, which is the Peach palette. And I can't remember the names, but I'm pointing at them. And this is a base shade, which is quite a plain kind of white shade, just to kind of settle that MAC paint pot there. I'll post the shades underneath in the description bar. And yep, set that in. And then I'm going in with the next shade, and I'm going to start by putting this in the crease just to create some definition. Now, I did an awful lot of editing on this, so I actually did a lot more blending than you see in this video. And that's the trick with this eye look, is to blend, 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 blend. You want no lines visible. So yeah, a lot more blending than you see. And now I'm going in with another shade, which I'm going to gradually build up the intensity of the crease. So this is a slightly darker shade, and as you could see, it's building up the intensity there of the crease. Okay, circular motions, lots and lots of blending. And on the other side, and I can promise you that this was a lot longer before I edited it. Okay, so now we've done that, and I'm now going, that looked light, so I just moved it. It's actually a brown shade, and I'm going in at the corner there just to kind of hide the crease of the eye and give more definition. And again, I did an awful lot of blending. And the other eye. So very important to keep blending away as much as possible. Okay, and now this is the shade that I put on my lids, and for this I'm going to foil it, which is basically when you spray, you put the shadow on a flat brush and you spray it with some MAC Fix Plus or setting spray, or even water if you want. And the good thing about this is if you're a little bit older, it actually looks really good. You tend to see people doing this who are younger on tutorials, but actually it takes that powdery look off. So if you've got a little bit of crinkly skin around there, actually it makes it an eyeshadow look more like a cream and a little bit more shiny. So it's definitely worth having a go if you've got a bit of crepiness on the lid. And it just makes the colour pop a bit more, accentuate your lids. And that's Jack playing a game in the background, shouting away, by the way. Okay, so next we are moving on. And I'm doing the other one, and I'm just speeding this up so that you can see what I'm doing with the other eye, but in double the speed. Okay, so there we go, dab, dab, dab. And then I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Barbarella Brown Rock and Coal. And I'm doing the same as I've done in previous videos. Putting the Rock and Coal on first. And then I'm going to set it using this powder, which is brown, but it's got a shimmer to it. And it looks really nice as a to set the liner with. Okay, so I'm doing that. And now I'm doing the other eye. Really funny thing is, I've edited this out, but when I finished, I realised that I put this side on thicker. So you don't see any of that, but I have to go back in and make the other side thicker to match. Okay, so, yeah, make sure you do the same thickness. Right, now this is my new hero. It's called Bye Bye Under Eye, but you need a tiny amount, okay, because it's really heavily pigmented. But the brilliant thing is that it is the most waterproof concealer I have been able to find. It doesn't budge, and that tube's going to last me forever. And now you can see I'm just brushing it in. Now it's going to look a bit scary for a while because it's, as I said, it's very heavily pigmented. It's possibly a bit too light for me, but the next shade is a bit too dark. Doesn't come in that many shades. So I probably need to get the darker shade and mix them, but it will do. Okay, and now you will see that I am buffing it. Yeah, my eyes were watering as well. So now I'm going to buff it in with a brush, like so. Okay, and I'm speeding that up, and you can see now it's all going to be nicely blended out. Okay, there we go. And that's blended out. And now I'm going in with this e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, which costs about £4 and is just as good as the Becca one. And it really, it's a very light powder, doesn't cause creasing, and it sets your concealer beautifully. And I just couldn't be bothered to get up and get my face powder, so I just used what was left on the rest of my face, being lazy. Okay, so now I'm going to do under my eyes with that peach shade, because I thought that might kind of lift my eyes a bit, make me look a bit more awake. And I think I'm going to go in with a second shade, but my eyes started to stream. Very annoying, but there you go, that's life. And now you can see I'm going in with a slightly darker peachy shade, peachy browny shade, just to accentuate under the eyes and balance it out. And now I'm going in with the mascara, which I did off camera. And then we're doing Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows. So easy to do. You just brush it through, but it's got colour in it. So it's like a brow gel, but not a clear one. And it will pick up the hairs and fill in your brows really easily. Really good option. Now we're going in with Peach Glow. Now, for the fair ladies, this is a brilliant option. You will see it looks quite subtle on me. But I didn't mind too much that it was subtle. But if you're fairer, this is perfect for you if you find that bronzer looks a bit too orange on you, because as you can see, it hardly shows up at all on me. Just enough to get away with it, but it's fine. Definitely a good recommendation for fairer skin. And now, yeah, I'm just going all the way around, bronzing my face a little bit with it. Okay, and now I'm using the blusher. Again, the blusher's quite subtle, but I'm going to layer over another blusher in a minute. So bear with me. And now I'm doing the other side. And then we come to the highlighter. Again, a little bit subtle on me. Not as much, but it's theirs. But again, really good. Great recommendation for fair skin. Okay, and now I'm just contouring my nose with that bronzer shade. So it's a bronzer, highlighter and blusher all in one, that palette. Okay, and it smells of peach. And now this is the other blush, and it's darker, and it's called Papa Don't Peach. And this shows up a lot more on my skin. So I'm just layering that over the top there, as you can see. Okay. And now we're moving on to Papa Don't Peach lipstick. Now, I actually decided that this was too fair for me and changed my mind at the end of the video and did something a bit darker. So you'll see that at the end of the video. Okay, now I'm saying 1 second because this is Peach Blur. Now, this is really weird. It's a kind of finishing powder and it doesn't look like you're applying anything. But actually, when you take a photograph of yourself after putting it on, it does actually blur out all your imperfections. It's got a slight peach tint to it. And again, it smells nice. So just using that to go over my entire face and blur out any imperfections. Okay. And that is me saying goodbye. And here's a photograph of that lipstick before. And then I decided, no, I wanted a darker one. And it kind of gave me the look of looking a little bit more tanned and a little bit more colour. So I hope you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.